The Roman Empire, once the unchallenged dominion of the Mediterranean world, underwent dramatic transformations in its twilight years. The decline of the Western Roman Empire is a well-known story, but its eastern counterpart, the Byzantine Empire, continued to shape the world for centuries after the fall of Rome. This video seeks to explore the profound historical shifts that occurred as the Roman Empire split in two, giving birth to Byzantium, and later, the rise of the Caliphate, a new political and religious force that spread through Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. In 285, the Roman Empire faced mounting challenges that threatened its stability. The sheer size of the empire, coupled with internal strife and external pressures, made it increasingly difficult to govern effectively from a single capital. Emperor Diocletian, seeking to preserve the integrity of the empire, enacted a bold strategy. He divided the empire into two parts, one ruled from Rome and the other from Byzantium, located on the eastern shores of the Bosphorus. This division was not merely political, but also strategic. Rome, the ancient heart of the Roman world, was entrusted with overseeing the western territories, while Byzantium, strategically positioned at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, became the seat of governance for the East. The decision to create a second capital was motivated by the need to defend the empire's vast territories from both barbarian invasions and Persian aggression. However, the division was also a recognition of the growing differences between the eastern and western halves of the empire, which had developed distinct languages, cultures, and political structures over time. Byzantium, which would later be renamed Constantinople in honor of Emperor Constantine the Great, soon emerged as a thriving metropolis. Constantine's establishment of Christianity as the state religion in the early 4th century further distinguished the Eastern Roman Empire from its Western counterpart. Byzantium's cultural identity, steeped in Roman traditions but increasingly influenced by Greek and Christian thought, would shape the course of history for over a millennium. Constantinople's emergence as the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire was not simply a relocation of the imperial seat from Rome. It was a bold strategic maneuver to preserve Roman power, culture, and identity in the face of growing external threats. The shift was rooted in the empire's increasing reliance on its eastern provinces, which had become the political, military, and economic heart of the empire by the late 3rd century. As the Western Roman Empire weakened under repeated barbarian invasions and internal turmoil, Constantinople flourished, becoming both the capital of the Byzantine Empire and the cultural heir to Rome. The city's geographical position at the crossroads of Europe and Asia provided Constantinople with significant advantages. Nestled along the shores of the Bosphorus Strait, it controlled not only the vital trade routes that connected the Black Sea to the Mediterranean, but also had access to land routes that traversed Europe and Asia. This made it an incredibly important commercial hub, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures between the East and West. The city's location also gave it immense military advantages. The natural defenses provided by the surrounding water and the city's strategic fortifications made Constantinople nearly impenetrable to foreign invaders, ensuring its status as a thriving center of power for centuries. Constantinople's rise was not without its challenges. Despite its commanding position, the city was frequently under threat from external forces. The Persian Empire to the east, the Germanic tribes to the west, and later the Arab Caliphate would test the city's defenses. But time and again, the city's formidable walls, its seasoned armies, and the political acumen of its emperors allowed it to endure. The city became not only a symbol of Roman continuity, but also a cultural and intellectual epicenter that attracted scholars, philosophers, and artists from across the empire and beyond. The reign of Emperor Justinian I, 527 to 565 CE, marked a pivotal era in the history of Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire as a whole. Justinian's reign was characterized by ambitious military campaigns, groundbreaking legal reforms, and artistic patronage that elevated Constantinople to a level of imperial grandeur unseen before. One of the most enduring aspects of Justinian's legacy is his effort to restore the territorial expanse of the Roman Empire. Motivated by a desire to reclaim former Roman lands, Justinian sought to recover Italy, North Africa, and parts of Spain, regions that had fallen to barbarian invasions in the preceding centuries. To achieve this, he relied heavily on his most talented general, Belisarius, whose military campaigns would become legendary. Belisarius's campaigns in North Africa and Italy were initially successful. In 533 CE, Belisarius defeated the Vandals in North Africa, reclaiming the region for the Byzantine Empire. His victories in Italy against the Ostrogoths were also significant, culminating in the recapture of Rome in 536 CE. However, these conquests, though initially impressive, proved difficult to maintain. The Byzantine Empire was stretched thin, and the military resources required to hold these distant territories were immense. Furthermore, Justinian's military expenditures, coupled with the plague of 541 CE and other internal challenges, strained the empire's finances. Despite the setbacks, Justinian's military efforts highlighted the Byzantine Empire's enduring military prowess and ambition. The campaigns, though temporary in their success, were a powerful demonstration of the empire's determination to reclaim its lost glory. One of the most lasting and influential reforms instituted by Justinian was the codification of Roman law. In 529 CE, Justinian commissioned the formation of a committee to consolidate and organize the vast body of Roman legal traditions into a coherent and accessible system. The result was the Corpus Juris Civilis, or body of civil law, a monumental work that would serve as the foundation for legal systems in many European countries and later influence modern legal thought across the globe. The Corpus Juris Civilis was divided into 4 parts: the Institutes, which served as a textbook for law students; the Digest, which compiled writings from previous jurists; the Codex, which consolidated imperial decrees; and the Novels, which included new laws enacted by Justinian. The Corpus Juris Civilis was not only a monumental achievement in legal scholarship, but it also solidified the idea that law was a key instrument of imperial authority. The work became the cornerstone of Byzantine legal culture and influenced the development of law in Western Europe, where it formed the basis for the civil law system still in use in many countries today. Another remarkable aspect of Justinian's reign was his architectural patronage, most famously represented by the Hagia Sophia. Completed in 537 CE, the Hagia Sophia was an engineering marvel of its time. Designed by the mathematician Isidore of Miletus and the architect Anthemius of Tralles, the Hagia Sophia was a testament to Byzantine architectural ingenuity. Its massive dome, which seemed to float above the central nave, was an unprecedented feat of engineering. The building's design would influence architectural developments for centuries to come, not just in the Byzantine world, but throughout Christendom. The Hagia Sophia also symbolized the intertwining of imperial power and Christian religious authority. As the largest cathedral in the world for almost 1,000 years, it became the focal point of Orthodox Christianity and the seat of the Patriarch of Constantinople. The Hagia Sophia served not only as a religious center, but also as a representation of Justinian's vision of Constantinople as the spiritual and political successor to Rome. While Justinian's reign marked the height of Byzantine power, the following centuries would prove far more challenging. The Byzantine Empire, like the rest of the Mediterranean world, was irrevocably altered by the rise of Islam in the 7th century. The emergence of the Arab Caliphate and its rapid expansion into the Byzantine territories in the Near East posed an existential threat to the Eastern Roman Empire. The spread of Islam was one of the most significant and far-reaching events in world history. Following the death of Prophet Muhammad in 632 CE, the Islamic Caliphate rapidly expanded under the leadership of the Rashidun caliphs. Within a few decades, Islamic armies conquered vast territories, including the Byzantine provinces of Syria, Palestine, and Egypt. In 636 CE, the Byzantine army was decisively defeated at the Battle of Yarmouk, a battle that marked the loss of Syria and Palestine to the Caliphate. In 641 Egypt, the granary of the Byzantine Empire, fell to the Muslims. These losses were catastrophic for the Byzantine Empire, which now found itself confined largely to Asia Minor and the Balkans. The loss of Egypt and Syria diminished Constantinople's economic base, as these regions had been crucial sources of grain and other essential supplies. Despite these setbacks, the Byzantine Empire did not collapse. The Eastern Empire, with its capital in Constantinople, proved resilient. The city's formidable walls, especially the Theodosian walls, were key to its survival. These walls, which had been constructed in the 5th century, were nearly impenetrable and provided the city with a significant defensive advantage. The 7th century saw the rise of the Umayyad Caliphate, which was based in Damascus. Under the Umayyads, the Caliphate reached its territorial peak, controlling vast stretches of land from Spain in the west to India in the east. The Umayyad Caliphate posed a direct challenge to Byzantine power, and the two empires frequently clashed over control of the Mediterranean and the Holy Land. In the late 8th century, the Abbasid Caliphate supplanted the Umayyads and moved the capital to Baghdad. The Abbasid era saw the flourishing of Islamic civilization, with Baghdad becoming a center of learning, culture, and science. However, despite the continued spread of Islam, the Byzantines managed to hold on to parts of their territory, particularly in Asia Minor, where the strategic city of Constantinople remained a powerful symbol of Roman authority. Despite the constant challenges faced by the Byzantine Empire, Constantinople remained an enduring symbol of Roman continuity for nearly 1,000 years after the fall of Rome. Even as the city came under siege by various forces throughout history, from the Crusaders to the Ottomans, Constantinople's significance never waned. The city's eventual fall to the Ottoman Turks in 1453 CE marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, but also the beginning of a new era in the history of the region. Constantinople, now renamed Istanbul, became the capital of the Ottoman Empire, continuing its legacy as a crossroads of civilizations. Today, the Hagia Sophia still stands as a testament to the architectural genius of the Byzantines, while the city itself remains one of the most important cultural and historical centers in the world, reflecting both its Roman heritage and its later Ottoman influence. The rise of Constantinople and its transformation from a humble Greek colony into the capital of a great empire is one of the most remarkable stories in history.